What's going on, party people? Captain Zeus here, and I'm back with another review, and this time it's on episode 3 of the Disney Plus Star Wars series, Skeleton Crew. Now, for those of you that haven't seen the episode, spoiler warning up ahead, because I will be going into some details about it. If you like these reviews, please let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the show and the review, and like and subscribe to show your support. Now, I will say this episode was actually still pretty enjoyable. We kind of picked things up right where we left off and continued with the prison break. Wynn is thoroughly convinced himself that Jude Law's character, or Crimson Jack, is indeed a Jedi, which, I mean, he probably was at one point. I kind of feel like he was with the disdain he has for droids. Seems like this might be someone that was around during the Clone Wars, maybe, possibly, who knows? But I would say overall, like, this episode, it felt short. There wasn't like a whole lot happening. There was just the conflict between Crimson Jack and the kids, you know, them just like not trusting him. And then there was the fact that they go to that moon where they want to find where At-Atin is. And I do like how we are having more like species introduced here in canon, or at least in live action, because the owl person, Kim, super adorable, love her. She was like such a mom figure, and she seems to be like super knowledgeable about a lot of things. So I kind of wonder if we could see more of her character throughout Star Wars canon, or at least throughout the New Republic era, because it seems like she could be pretty useful, especially in the Outer Rim area. You know, we kind of learned that At-Atin was a secluded planet from the rest of the galaxy that has been around since the Old Republic, which confirmed one of my suspicions that this is like pre-Clone Wars. Well, I think it was confirmed. It's still kind of vague, but kind of not. Anyways, they completely missed the rebellion, if you will, and they have no recollection of what's happened the last recent years with the war and everything, since, you know, this takes place during the New Republic era. So I find that interesting because they're having contact with the Republic, but if they don't know about recent events, who is it that they're in contact with? And what is it that they're analyzing and studying? Because maybe they're just a planet just completely governed by themselves. Highly possible. Yeah, other than that, I mean, nothing too crazy happened in this episode. It kind of gave emphasis to the fact that this should have been a movie. I've said this in the previous review, that this should have been a movie, and it seems like it was. A lot of this episode just kind of felt fillerish, or, you know, could have been attached along with the other episode. It feels like they just had a 2.5-hour movie and they just cut it up into pieces and gave it to us in the episodes, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just that it seems sometimes not a lot is happening, especially in this episode, for instance. It's great, don't get me wrong, visually it's awesome, love the soundtrack, love the show in general, but I feel this should have been a movie instead of a show. I feel like a lot of that, some filler spaces could have been cut out, and I think it would have had the exact same impact as a show. But anyways, that's just kind of like my initial thought, but overall I'd probably rate the episode like a solid like 7.5 out of 10 maybe. Like I said, nothing too crazy happened. They escaped prison and they went to the moon to find out where their planet was, and then they left. That was really it. That's the big juicy parts there. Well, it wasn't anything too crazy in this episode, so I'm curious as to what the rest of the show is going to be like in terms of pacing and how much content will be in it. But I know for sure the last few episodes will be intense, because this is episode 3. Next episode is going to be the halfway point, I believe. And so once you get halfway, everything just goes crazy. But anyways, that's my just initial thoughts on it. What did you guys think? Have you seen the episode? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Captain Zeus, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.